This is good friend Brittany. Came over from Nashville when Michael talked about the two girls.
I'm not sure how well I can do this. So, I remember the first time I met Roseanne, I think Taylor was about 4 months old. And Bill and Roseanne, I think they had just recently got married and were thinking about a new place to live. And I was their real estate agent. If you could imagine trying to find a house that would be perfect for Roseanne. It took us a little bit of time, but we did. And from there, I didn't really think that her and I would click because we're so opposite. I'm very quiet, she's very loud, but for some reason we did. And Roseanne was like my mom. She was like a sister. She was always working on me. She would, I would tell her something that was going on in my life or anything, and she would have that Roseanne voice. Brittany, listen to me. This is what you're gonna do. And step by step, give me a plan. She taught me a lot, because she'd been through a lot. And I was talking to one of her friends, Gina, in St. Augustine, that we met when we went to Florida back in May. And she's like, we're as old as her parents, but for some reason she wants to hang out with us. It wasn't about an age thing, it was just her. And she has made such a difference in my life. When I went to see Bill, it's like there's so many things that I have in my house because she told me to buy it. And it's just like in the beginning I was like, why do I need to get this? Brittany, don't ask questions, just get it. And finally I did. I mean, down to my tires, because she told me that her dad had worked in the tire business, and you got to buy the Michelin, don't buy the other crap, and you got to buy this. And so it's just like, Roseanne taught me how to cook. She has got to be the best cook. That woman could do anything. And when I would go stay with her, she wouldn't even let me in her kitchen. She just took care of everything. And what do you want me to do? I want you to sit down. I want you to drink your coffee, and I'm going to cook. And going there was like going home. She'll always be with me. I do know that. And watching Taylor grow has been one of the best things that I could have experienced being a part of her life. Because Bella and Taylor, my daughter, they're about the same age, and he was growing up and he wasn't really talking, and I was like, well, Bella's not really talking either, I wouldn't worry about it. But when Bella and him, when she learned that he had autism, we really got Bella and him together a lot. And we even in Misty's class to do developmental pre-K to get him to where he, needed to be. So Bella and Taylor really bonded during that time, and going to the zoo at least twice a month, and the park, and just everything. She made me get out. Even if I didn't feel like it, she's like, Brittany, we're doing this, we're going. And I love that about her. So being able to watch Taylor grow and getting to meet Bill, who makes me smile and laugh no matter what's going on in his life. But she will always be a part of me and my girls. And I miss her all the time. But I'll see her again someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. You know, you really measure somebody's life, not just by what they did, but how other people changed because of that and then imitated what they did or made changes and did things differently. I'm sure, it'd be a good time to go buy stock in Michelin or something after that. But and that's something else that Roseanne did. She stimulated us to do things differently within our own lives. That's beautiful. Yeah, there should be some Kleenex around on the floor if you need some. Yeah, come ahead.
My name is Barbara. I'm part of the Keeley clan. She was married to my Uncle Mike for quite some time. And when I met her, I was very young, and she scared me to death. And we didn't really have that great of a relationship, and looking back, I know it was jealousy, because that woman wasn't afraid of anything. And I wanted to be like that. In 1999, my mom died. And she stood by me during that. And in the years that followed that, I fell apart. And I remember her one time telling me, "This isn't normal. You need to get up and go on. This isn't normal." And I didn't want to hear it. And for 5 years, I slowly tried to drink myself to death. And then in 2004, I announced to her and to the rest of my family that I was going to check into rehab and try and get my life together. And she was the first person to step up and support me in that decision. And she'd check on me, and I called. She was one of the first people I called when I got out of rehab and got home and was alone. And I thought, what am I going to do now? And I was still angry, very, very angry at God. And she told me it was okay. It's okay to be mad at God. Just don't sit in that for a very long time. And she helped me through that. And she shared with me when she came here, this connection she found with you people and with God again, and with her faith. And again, I was jealous of her because I didn't have that yet. I am now 8 years sober, and
Hold up.
yeah. Thank you. And she would try and understand that battle that I went through, and she called me one day, and I remember sitting on my front porch and talking to her for a long time. Well, she talked most of the time. And I'd just get a little word in here and there, and we talked about addiction, and we talked about the things that I went through, and she didn't understand it because she wasn't that kind of person. If she wanted to or didn't want to, that was just all there was to it. And she was like, "I don't understand how you just not stop drinking. Just put it down. Don't do it." Okay. And she went through, we have a book called The Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and she read it from cover to cover to try and understand what it was about. And I don't know anybody else in my family that did that. And I, to this day, don't have a relationship with the Keeley family, and it's okay. But I did with her. She never let me go. But the funny thing that I wanted to share with you guys is her sense of humor. I loved her sense of humor. And the day I got out of rehab and I told her I was getting out, I surprised everybody because I was only in for 2 days. And I think it's because the insurance company thought that I was healed. And they said, "Okay, you're out." And she mailed me a cheesecake. And the funny part about it is it was an Amaretta cheesecake. She just thought that was a stitch. And I did too. I did too. So There are so many things that are going through my mind when you guys are coming up here and sharing about her, and I hadn't seen her in so long. And when she moved here, I was just in Chattanooga, and we kept saying, "Oh, next time I come to Costco, we'll have to get together and have lunch or dinner." And we never did it. And I could kick myself now, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. And this has really taught me a lesson, about the people that are around you, close to you, not close to you, to cherish them. Say what you want to say. And, don't waste that time. I should have learned that when my mom died, but I didn't. I did for a little bit, and then it just kind of, life went back to its normal routine. I didn't think about it anymore, but this is another wake-up call for me, and it's brought some people in my family, in my Keeley family, back around and calling me and emailing me. And, good things happen in bad situations, and this is one of them. And I've got to meet some great people here in this church. I hadn't seen Bill in a long time either. And the first time I met Bill, they were coming through Chattanooga for some reason. I don't know if you were moving here or what it was, but Taylor was just an infant. And they came by my duplex, and I had just gotten a husky puppy, and they had their husky. And I warned her, my dog's a little hyper, she's part lab too, and she's extremely hyper. And she came in, and she had Taylor in the little seat, and she put him on the couch, and here comes my dog, barreling through the kitchen and the living room, leapt into the air and landed right on that child. And I thought she was going to have a fit. Oh my God. And I was just horrified. And then we just laughed about it, and it was so funny. And I'll never forget her fire. And I heard somebody say that when I first came in here about missing her fire. And I will miss that fire. And I'll never forget it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.